So I'm gonna be really honest with you. This candle really surprised me. Um, would I pay $86 for it again? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Obviously, we are in a much different setting than usual. It's pretty nice out today, and to be honest, I just wanted to get out of my candle studio for a little bit, and so thought I would come on our little balcony. We live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and so thought it would be nice to do a little unboxing slash review video on our balcony. We are going to be unboxing and reviewing one of Taylor Swift's favorite candles. And I know some of you might be like, why specifically Taylor Swift? I'm actually going to the Eras tour later this month, and for those of you who don't know, I am a huge fan of Taylor Swift. I have been since I was in 6th grade, and so I am super excited to get to relive all of her eras at once, all in one night. So it's going to be such a fun time, and so I thought this would be a fun, just kind of fun video to do before I get to go to the concert. And I know for those of you who are like really super fans like me, Swifties as we call ourselves, this is one of many candles that she has mentioned is her favorite, but this one specifically was actually from the Lover Secret session. I feel like a very niche set of fans actually know about this story, but long story short, during the Lover Secret session, which is where Taylor invites fans to her house before she releases an album, I have never gotten to go, but someday. But during the Lover Secret session, she had a bunch of Santal 26 by Labo. I hope I'm saying that right. Candles burning in her apartment, and one of the fans actually took a picture with her with the candle, holding the candle. And so ever since, I have been like, I want to know what that candle smells like. I want to know what it's like, how it burns, all those things. A Candlemaker really enjoys reviewing and stuff. And so I am really excited to unbox this candle and see it and all that. This is by far the most expensive candle I have ever bought. So I really hope that I like it. But if not, either way, at least it's a fun review video for you guys. Real fast, before we get to the next part of this video, it would mean so much if you would give this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more Candlemaker content. I talk about all things from running a candle business, how to make candles, how to make wax melts, things like that. So if you're interested in anything like that, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button so we can continue hanging out. So I'm going to try and hold it up here so you guys can actually see me opening it and stuff. But this tape does make it very hard to open. So that's a fun fact. Yeah, it's literally like a fabric. I feel like I'm cutting through fabric right now. I'm gonna try not to cut myself. This is a bad idea. I know it is. It's okay. Alright. They make you work for this unboxing. Okay. Thankfully, we got the box open. There's another box inside, I'm pretty sure. And there's like a little card or something. I don't know. Oh, they send you a little like perfume sample, which is cool. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. I am gonna try Fleur d'Oranger. Fleur something like that. Flower oranges, 27. That's what, yeah, something like that. This is why I don't buy fancy candles, because I don't even know how to say their names. And then the inside is just my invoice. I'm not going to show you guys that. But in case you're wondering, this candle was like $86. But thankfully, the shipping was free at least, so that was nice. I would not normally ever pay that much for a candle, but you know, it's fine. But this is what the box looks like. They actually customize it and put your name on it. So like right down here, I think they actually put your name on it and everything. So that's cool. I mean, you can have it as a gift or whatever for other people as well. So if you don't want it for yourself, you can change the name. But yeah, so that was a cool little, nice little detail. Now we're unboxing the actual candle instead of just unboxing the box. Okay, so here we go. I am excited to see what their packaging and stuff is like. It's black inside, which is nice. I really love the look of like matte black and stuff like that, so I love that the inside is like this. I kind of wish the outside was also like this, but it's fine. I feel like I can already smell it. I smell something, and I'm assuming it's the candle. Okay. Sorry, I'm like trying to do this. Here it is. I love it. The label's like slightly... I don't think the label is actually crooked. I think it's just the way that the glass looks. And I want to point out, for those of you who are other candle makers like me, wet spots. You really do not need to worry about them. Your customers do not care. People who are selling $86 candles apparently do not care. So you really don't need to care about this. I know this is something that all candle makers, like, we get hung up on. These little spots. It's not actually wet, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. It's just where the candle pulls away from the side of the jar. This is actually bigger. I'm not going to lie. This is bigger than what I kind of imagined. I knew it was 8 ounces, or 8.6 ounces. But, like, I don't know. I feel like in all the pictures I see, it looks incredibly small. So I'm kind of glad that this is a little bit bigger. This smells super fancy. Like a really good cologne, but more woody. It's like, yeah, I'm getting a lot of like wood, maybe like a little bit of leather in there. It doesn't smell cedary though, which I feel like is what most like wood type candles smell like to me. Like they just smell like cedar. This is like a different type of wood. I don't know what kind, but it smells really good. Theirs don't come with lids or anything, and so they do have, it does have like a little bit, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just from the box. It's not a big deal. But it has like some dust and stuff from the box on it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like a ring up here. It was like, I don't know. Looks like the candle maybe sank a little bit or whatever or something. Or maybe they probably just used a heat gun on it. Because this is, from what I remember, I believe they're 100% soy. And so if it is 100% soy and it has like a perfectly smooth top, that most likely means that they used a heat gun on it. Because soy generally will dry with like a weird like bumpy top or whatever. But yeah, I'm surprised that I'm surprised that, you know, for an $86 candle, I'm surprised they didn't wipe that out at least. But it's okay. It's all right. To be honest, I am not usually like an earthy, woody scent type of person. But this smells really good. It smells super high end, very luxury, which I would expect for an $86 candle, to be honest. So yeah, it does smell really good. So I will give you that. It almost kind of smells like there's maybe like a teeny hint of like orange or like orange peel or something like that in it. Like I just smell like the teeniest hint of like a little bit of citrus, but mixed with like some kind of like wood and leather and just all around really good. But I'm gonna do some burn tests with this candle and then I will give you my final thoughts on the scent throw and all of that.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn.
Alright guys, so it's been a couple weeks since I filmed the first part of this video. As you can see, this guy is fairly used up now and everything. But I wanted to give you guys kind of my final thoughts on this candle. So I'm going to be really honest with you. This candle really surprised me. Um, would I pay $86 for it again? We'll get to that at the end. But as you guys can see, they're definitely kind of burning towards more towards the bottom. There was just a little bit of sooting and stuff like that. We purposely didn't trim the wick every single time we burned it. We did sometimes and then we didn't other times, just because I wanted to see how well it burns when you do trim the wick, when you don't trim the wick, and stuff like that. It definitely, just like most candles, burned a little bit better when you don't trim the wick. However, it never really got super hot on the inside or on the glass. I mean, it never really got super hot or anything like that. It was always, like it was always a decent temperature, like to touch the glass and everything. It never got like super hot where I wouldn't be able to pick it up if for some reason I needed to move it while it was burning. I wouldn't suggest doing that with candles, but if you need to with this one, it's not going to burn your hand or anything like that, or at least this one didn't specifically. And as you can kind of see, there is a little bit of residue in some parts where the wax didn't completely melt. And to be honest, I'm okay with that. It does catch up. So the first time we burned it, it definitely left a little bit of a ring around the top or whatever of leftover wax, and we burnt it for quite a bit longer than 4 hours. But honestly, I think that that's not a bad thing. I know that aesthetically, like, it's not always super pleasing and stuff, but realistically, I kind of like when there's a little bit of a rim left around the top of a candle, just because, one, as that candle burns down, it's going to get hotter around the sides and stuff like that as it continues to burn down. And so I don't mind if, like, at the top there's a little bit of a rim. Now obviously, like, if it's like fully tunneling, then that's not good. But if there's a little bit of a rim around the edges, it's really not a big deal, because you generally catch up as you burn the candle down further. And also, that kind of helps you know that, like, the glass isn't getting super hot, which is a good thing, because if your glass gets too hot, it can definitely shatter and break and stuff like that. And so I was not worried about that ever with this candle, and we burned it for probably a good 6 to 8 hours sometimes, if not even longer at times. And like, I was never worried, because like every time I touched the glass, it was never super hot or anything like that, like I said before. But like I was saying, as you can see around the rim of the jar, there is just like a little bit of soot on the inside and stuff. I didn't want to wipe that away just because I wanted you guys to see it and stuff like that. It's not the end of the world by any means, and again, that was probably because we didn't fully trim the wicks sometimes, just because I wanted to see how safe it was, if it did start sooting a lot and stuff like that. It definitely did start sooting, but it wasn't like, like giant plumes of smoke or anything like that. It wasn't like a chimney or anything like that. So there was a little bit of soot, but realistically, any candle, if you don't trim the wick, it can soot. It just kind of depends on the candle. But realistically, any candle can put off soot if the wick is incorrect, or even if you just don't trim the wick as much as you probably should and stuff like that. With this one, I would recommend, if you don't want soot and stuff like that, which I don't think anyone really does, I would definitely recommend trimming the wick, just so that you don't get that, a little bit of soot and stuff around the edge of the jar and everything like that. You don't have to worry about any black smoke or anything like that. And then finally, the scent throw. So I was really surprised by the scent throw of this candle, both when it was burning and when it wasn't. We had it sitting up on our counter for a couple days before I was able to burn it, and like, even just walking past it, like, we didn't even have to be super close to it or anything like that, and you could just smell it even when it was just sitting there. So that was super nice, just because, like, I was really just super surprised by the cold throw, which is what it's known as when it's not burning. But according to Labo, or however you say their name, they do use 100% soy wax. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain it's 100% soy wax. They definitely say soy wax. I don't know for sure if they say 100% soy wax. And I'm gonna be honest, if they do say 100% soy wax, I'm not saying that they're lying, but I would be very surprised, because the hot throw on this thing was insane. And have trouble believing that 100% soy wax will throw as well as this did. It filled our entire kitchen, living room, and our dining room with like zero issues. Like you could smell it like as if you were standing right over it or whatever in all the areas. It filled the whole space really nicely. And we have like a fairly open, concept like apartment and stuff like that. And so it's a fairly large area. And so I've definitely never had 100% soy wax be able to fill that large of an area before. But yeah, I've definitely never had 100% soy wax be able to fill that large of an area before. I have never worked with 100% soy wax myself, but I've bought lots of candles from other makers and stuff like that, who they just, like they do pretty well, but they definitely don't fill that much of a space or whatever with such a small candle. Like this is only an 8-ounce, 9-ounce, 8.6 ounce candle or whatever, and like it's not super wide or anything like that, and so for it to be able to fill that large of a space, I was really impressed by that. Which I will say, I'm glad that I was impressed by it, because I did spend $86 on this candle, and so if it didn't throw super well, I would have been a little disappointed. I know that not everyone loves a super strong scent, but I definitely do, especially if I'm going to be shelling out that much money for a candle. I, definitely want it to fill a space really well and stuff like that. And so I had originally planned to burn it in our bathroom or whatever, just to see how well it did there, but we went ahead and lit it in our living room just to see, how strong it was and stuff like that. And it did super well in our living room and stuff like that. Like I said, it filled all the surrounding rooms around it and everything, and yeah. So, would I pay another $86 to buy this candle again? I maybe would for like a really special occasion. Like I said before, I am not a super bougie candle person. I like them, I enjoy them, but I also just am like, that's a lot of money for a candle. I would, however, definitely ask for this for like Christmas or a gift or something like that. Like a nicer gift from someone, if they wanted to buy me a fancy candle. I would absolutely love getting one of these as a nicer gift and stuff like that. If I did buy it again, I would actually maybe go with a different scent. I do love this scent or whatever, but I also have heard of some other scents from them that I was a little bit more intrigued by. I did really love the scent of this candle, and I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't for sure if I was gonna love it or not. I'm not usually a huge like earthy type of scent person, earthy, woodsy, that kind of scent. And this is exactly like earthy, woodsy. It kind of smells just, I wouldn't say like a firewood, but it just smells, yeah, very woodsy and stuff like that. And it's really nice. But it's just not always my type of scent or whatever, and so I really wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but I did really like it, and I definitely would buy the scent again. But if I was gonna pay $86 for another candle, I would probably try out one of their other scents just to see. But like I said, I definitely would get this candle again if I had to, or if I wanted something for a special occasion or something like that. We definitely still have a little bit left before it's gone. I didn't want to burn it all the way just because it's such a nice smell that I didn't, and to be honest, we spent a lot of money on it, so I didn't want to just completely burn it and stuff like that. And so I'm kind of glad to have a little bit left over just for a rainy day. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys have other questions about this candle or anything that I maybe left out or didn't think about to mention or anything like that, you can leave a comment down below, and I would love to answer those questions for you. My Eras Tour show is this Friday, and so I thought it would be fun to release this video the same week as the show and everything, and so I might be at the show while you're watching this. Who knows? If you guys would like to continue hanging out, there's going to be some other videos that pop up on the screen, and I will see you there.